Hello students, let's do algebraic expressions exercise 11e. Simplification. Simplification is where we use the principle of Bodmer's and the removal of brackets. Now Bodmer's, we've learned this earlier in the previous classes. Each letter of this stands for something, and this tells us the order in which operations have to be worked out. Suppose you have an expression with many operations. You have multiplication, you have division, you have subtraction, you have brackets. Which one will you do first? So the principle of Bodmer's tells us that we have to remove operations or work on operations based on this principle. That means if you have brackets, that has to be removed first. Then O, which stands for of, that has to be done next. D for division should be done after that. M for multiplication, after division it should be done. A for addition after multiplication, and finally only subtraction has to be done. So Bodmer's is giving us the order in which we have to work out operations in an expression. Now brackets, there are different types of brackets as you can see. We have the square brackets, we have the curly brackets, we have the parenthesis, and we have the bar bracket. Now which one should we remove first? When brackets are given, suppose you have 2 or 3 of these brackets in an expression, which one should be removed first? Now even for that there is an order, and this is the order for the removal of brackets. Now this is the bar bracket, or it's also known as the vinculum. This should be removed first if that is there in an expression. Okay, then the next one to remove is the parenthesis, or it's a common brackets, or we call it the small brackets also. Then the next one to be removed is the curly brackets, and finally only the square brackets have to be removed. So if you have an expression which has all 4 brackets in it, this is the order to be followed. So keep this in mind as we work out our sums. Exercise 11E is on page number 147. Simplify. So in this first question, there are different operations including brackets. And here we have the curly bracket and the parenthesis. So according to the order, we have to work out parenthesis first. That means we have to simplify what is inside this. So let's begin. So this is a square minus 2a plus 5a square minus. Now, we are going to look at what is inside. Now, here it is 3a minus 4a square. We cannot simplify because they are unlike terms. So now we're going to remove the brackets. But before that, let's see the sign before the bracket. It's a minus sign. That means the sign of all these terms inside will change. So 3a is actually plus 3a. It will now become minus 3a. And then we have plus 4a square. So common brackets are done. Now we are going to have the curly brackets. So we have removed the parenthesis. So now we need to work out what is inside this. So let's write everything else as it is. So here we have a square minus 2a plus. Now let's work that out. So here I'm writing it down here, 2a square minus 3a plus 4a square. As you can see, there are like terms here, 5a square and plus 4a square. So 5 plus 4 is 9. So that is 9a square minus 3a. So let's write that here. So that will become 9a square minus 3a. Now here also there are like terms. We have a square and 9a square. So that will become 10a square. And then we have minus 2a minus 3a. Signs are the same. Put the same sign and add. It becomes minus 5a. So this is our answer, 10a square minus 5a. Question 2. Now look carefully at all the operations. Now there are brackets also. So what are the brackets? Here we have curly brackets. Here we have common brackets. And here we have a bar bracket. And again curly brackets. So what and all do we have? We have the bar, the common or the parenthesis, and the curly bracket. The bar bracket has to be worked out first. So let's write everything else and remove the bar brackets. So x minus y minus, then we have the curly bracket, x minus y minus, we have the common or the parenthesis, y. Now we're going to remove the bar bracket. Now look at this carefully. You have a bar bracket, but before the bracket you have a minus sign. So we follow the same rule which says if you have a minus sign before a bracket, the sign of everything inside will change. That means x is actually plus, isn't it? Because x minus y is what is under the bar bracket. Let me write it here. X minus y is under the bar bracket. Now, this is exactly like in case you have common brackets and if you have a minus sign before it, what will you do? You will change the signs, isn't it? So this will become plus x and this will become minus y as it is. Now, if you have to remove the brackets, what will it become? Plus will become minus and minus will become plus. It's the same thing in the case of a bar bracket. If you have a minus sign before it, okay, now suppose we have a minus sign before it, the sign of all these will change. So this becomes minus x plus y. So this is what we need to write here. So that is minus x plus y, and we have removed the bar bracket. Let's put back the curly bracket. So now what do we have? We have the curly bracket and the parenthesis. So the parenthesis has to be removed next. So this is what we have to do. So everything else remains as it is. X minus y minus, you have the curly bracket, x minus y. Now we're going to remove the parenthesis. X plus y, they are unlike terms, so we can't add. So now let's look at the sign before the bracket. It's minus. So this will change to minus x minus y, and we've removed the parenthesis, and we continue with the rest of it as it is and close the curly brackets. Now we only have the curly bracket left. So we're going to simplify what is inside the curly bracket to remove it. So before that, whatever we have will remain as it is. So let's write x minus y first. So that will be x minus y. Now I'm going to take what is inside this and I'm going to write it here. Okay, so let's write that x minus y minus x minus y minus x plus y. So we have some like terms here. So let's see what are the like terms. We have x minus x. So x and minus x will get cancelled. So let's cancel that. So what is left is only this minus x. So let's write minus x. Now let's look at the y's. Here we have minus y plus y. I can cancel 1 minus y and 1 plus y. So minus y plus y is cancelled. So what is left is only this minus y. So let me write it here, minus y. So I have simplified this and I have got minus x minus y. But there is a sign before that. And what is a sign before that? It is minus. So let me simply put this within common brackets to make you understand. So now let's change the sign of all the terms inside. So that becomes plus x plus y. So let me write that here. So what we have done is we've simplified this part and we've got plus x plus y, which we can write here. So that is plus x plus y. Now here also we have like terms. What are the like terms? X plus x. That is 1 plus 1. X plus x is 2x. 2x. So this we have finished. We finished doing x plus x. Let's look at the y's. This is minus y plus y, which is 0. So it gets cancelled. So our final answer is only 2x. Question 3. Now here we have common brackets, curly brackets, and inside the curly brackets we have common brackets again. So first let's work out these common brackets here that we have here. So let's finish with this first. So here it is minus 3 into this, isn't it? That means minus 3 into each term inside. So first minus 3 into 1. Minus 3 into 1 was minus 3 itself. Then minus 3 into minus x square, minus into minus is plus 3x square. Then let's write everything else as it is, minus 2, and inside the curly brackets we have x square minus, we have the common brackets, 3 minus 2x square, close the common bracket, close the curly bracket. Now we only have the curly brackets, so we have to simplify what's inside. We're going to work out the common brackets here. That means we have to do 3 minus 2x square. Everything else remains as it is, so let's write that. So this is minus 3 plus 3x square minus 2. Then we continue with the curly brackets, x square. Now let's look and see what's inside the parenthesis because we're going to remove it. Now 3 minus 2x squared, we cannot do anything because they're unlike terms. So let's look at the sign before that, it's minus, and change all the signs inside. So that is minus 3 plus 2x squared. So we've removed the parenthesis, put back the curly brackets. Now we need to work out what is within the curly brackets. That is x squared minus 3 plus 2x squared. Let's write that here. X squared minus 3 plus 2x squared. So like terms are there, x squared and 2x squared. When you add it up, you get 3x squared minus 3. So now here, let's write that inside the bracket. So minus 3 plus 3x squared minus 2. I'm going to still put the curly brackets. 3x squared minus 3, close the curly brackets. Now we have to remove the curly brackets by multiplying it with minus 2. So each term inside will be multiplied by minus 2. So this will be minus 3 plus 3x squared. Then we do minus 2 into 3x squared first. So the sign is minus, 2 3s are 6, 6x squared. Now we multiply minus 2 into minus 3. Minus into minus is plus, 2 3s are 6. Now you can remove the brackets. Now let's work on the like terms. Here we have minus 3 and we have plus 6. So we can work on these. Signs are different. So let's put the sign of the bigger number and subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. Again we have like terms, 3x squared and minus 6x squared. Signs are different. Put the sign of the bigger number and subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3x squared. So what is your answer? 3 minus 3x squared. So here we have curly brackets, the parenthesis and the bar bracket. So the bar bracket has to be done first. So let's begin. So this is 2 into m minus 3 into n plus. Now what is within the bar brackets here is m minus 2n, which cannot be simplified further. So we write it as it is, m minus 2n. So we can remove that, put back the common bracket and the curly bracket. Now we need to work out what is within the common brackets. So let's do that. Let's write 2 into m minus 3. So first let's work out what is within inside and then only we can remove. So here we have n minus 2n. That is 1 minus 2. Signs are different. Put the sign of the bigger number and subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1. So it is 1n or minus n. M we write it as it is. Now close the bracket. Close the curly bracket, and now we are going to work out what is within this. So everything else we write as it is. 2 into m minus, now let's be careful here, minus 3 into minus n. This is what we are doing, minus 3 into minus n. Minus into minus is plus, so this is plus. 3 into n is 3n. Then we multiply minus 3 into plus m. The sign is minus. 3 into m is 3m. So now we can remove the parenthesis and put the curly brackets. Now we're going to remove the curly brackets by multiplying 2 into each term inside. So first multiply 2 into m. Now that there is another way of doing it. Let's work out what is inside this. Okay. So here we have m and minus 3m. So we can work that out. So let's write this again. 2 and then m minus 3m. Signs are different. Put the sign of the bigger number and subtract. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2m. Then we write plus 3n, close bracket. So now the multiplication becomes easier. So multiply 2 into minus 2m. So 2 2s are 4. The sign is minus 4m. Then multiply 2 into plus 3n. The sign is plus, 2 3s are 6, 6n. So this is our answer, minus 4m plus 6n. Question 5. Here we have square brackets, curly brackets, parentheses and the bar bracket. So this has to be done first. That is 3x minus y. So let's write everything else. 3x minus 3x minus 3x again minus, again we have 3x. Now we're going to remove the bar bracket. So see what's inside, 3x minus y. Now there's nothing that can be done about it because they're unlike terms. So before we remove the bracket, check the sign before it. The sign before that is a minus sign. So the sign of these two terms inside will change. This is plus 3x, which is now going to become minus 3x, and minus y becomes plus y. Now close all brackets. So now we have to remove the parenthesis. This is in order. So next is this. So we have to work out what is inside this. So let's begin now. Here again we have 3x minus 3x minus 3x again minus. Now here we're going to work this out. 3x minus 3x will get cancelled. So that is 0 here. Now we have only plus y, and we're going to remove the bracket. So let's see the sign before that, it's minus. So plus y will now become minus y. So now we have removed the parenthesis. We close the curly brackets and the square brackets. So now what do we have left? Here we have the square brackets and the curly brackets. So first we have to work out the curly bracket before the square brackets. So this is what we need to do. So here we have 3x minus 3x. Now we're going to remove the curly bracket. So see the sign before that, it's minus. So the sign of these two terms will change. This will become minus 3x. This will become plus y. So let's write that minus 3x plus y. Now the curly brackets are removed. You only have the square brackets left. So we need to work out what's inside. So here outside we have 3x minus, now look out for the like terms here, 3x minus 3x. This gets cancelled. 3x minus 3x gets cancelled. We only have y left, and when you open the bracket, see the sign before it's minus. So plus y will now become minus y. Question 6. Here what do we have? We have curly brackets, we have the parenthesis, and we have the bar bracket. So bar bracket has to be removed first, that is this. So let's begin. P square x minus 2, and then curly bracket px minus 3x into x square. Now we're going to remove this, the bar bracket. We cannot simplify it further. So look at the sign before that, minus. So 3a minus x squared, the sign will change. 3a becomes minus 3a, and minus x squared becomes plus x squared. Now close the common bracket or the parenthesis and then the curly bracket. Now what do we have to do? We have to remove the parenthesis. What is within inside this? We have to simplify. This is the next one. So everything else remains as it is. So that is p square x minus 2 curly brackets px minus 3x. Now what is inside? We have x square plus x square, which makes it 2x square. So let's continue with the brackets. 2x square minus 3a. Close this. Now what do we have to do? We have to simplify this, which we cannot. So we straight away do the multiplication of minus 3x into each term inside. So here you write p square x minus 2 curly brackets px. Now we are going to multiply minus 3x into each term. So the sign is minus 3 into 2 is 6, x into x square is x to the power of 3. Now we multiply minus 3x into minus 3a. Minus into minus is plus. 3 3s are 9. X into a is xa or ax if I write it in alphabetical order. And then close the brackets. The next step is we have to work out what has been inside this. We have to simplify this. So here let's see. We're going to write p square x. Now inside this, what can you simplify? They're all unlike terms, so you cannot simplify them. They will remain as it is. So we're going to multiply minus 2 into each term inside. So first minus 2 into px. The sign is minus, the number is 2. Px is same thing, px, or you can write xp. Since we started with px, we'll leave it as it is. Then minus 2 into minus 6x. Minus into minus is plus. 2 6's are 12 and we have x cube. Then here what do we have? Minus 2 into plus 9ax. Minus into plus is minus. 2 nines are 18 and we have ax. Now let's look at these and see whether we have any like terms so that we can simplify. Here we have p square x which we don't have, px which we don't have, x cube also we don't have. So they're all by themselves. That means they're all unlike terms. We cannot simplify further. So this will be our final answer. Question 7. Square bracket, curly bracket, parenthesis and the bar bracket. So let's simplify the bar bracket first. This has to be done first. So this will be 2 into 6 plus 4 curly bracket m minus 6 into 7. Now we are going to work out what is inside, isn't it? Now n plus p, they are unlike terms. You can't simplify. So look at the sign before that. It's minus, so change the sign of n plus p. So n will become minus n and p will become minus p. So we're going to close the common brackets. Then what is left is plus q and close brackets. Now the next thing that we need to do is we have to remove the parenthesis. So here we need to work out what's within this. So let's write 2 into 6 plus 4 into m minus 6. Now here what do we have inside? 7 minus n minus p. We cannot simplify it. So now we are going to multiply 6 into each term inside. Okay, so let's remove the 6 from here. Let's multiply and write the answer here. So what do we get? So first thing here is minus 6 into 7. The sign is minus. 6 sevens are 42. Then we are going to multiply minus 6 into minus n. Minus into minus is plus. 6 into n is 6n. Then multiply minus 6 into minus p. Minus into minus is plus. 6 into p is 6p. So we've removed the parenthesis. Let's write the rest as it is. So here we have plus q. The next thing to do is simplify what is within the curly brackets. So let's write 2 into 6 plus 4 into, now inside, let's see what we can do inside. As you can see, they're all unlike terms, so we can't simplify. That means we're going to multiply straight away with 4 plus 4 into each term inside. That means first we have to do 4 into m. So let's remove this and write that 4 into m is 4m. So plus 4m. So we finished with that. Now let's multiply 4 into minus 42. It's minus 42 into 4 is 168. Now we multiply 4 into plus 6n. So the sign is plus. 4 sixes are 24. That's n. Multiply now 4 into 6p. 6p, that is the sign is plus. 6 fours are 24 and p. Then multiply it with plus q. So what do we have? Plus 4q. So now we have removed the curly brackets. Now we have to simplify what's inside this. Let's look carefully and see. We have 6, then 4m, we don't have another m, we have minus 168. So these are two like terms, 6 and minus 168. So let's write that 2 into 6 minus 168, put the sign of the bigger number, 162. Now here we have 4m, we don't have another m, no n, p and q, so we write everything else as it is. So this is plus 4m plus 24n plus 24p plus 4q. Now when we open, we have to multiply 2 with each term inside. So first let's multiply 2 with 162. The sign is minus. 2 into 162 is 324. Then 2 into plus 4m plus 2 fours are 8, 8m. Then multiply that with 24n. So 24 into 2 is 48. So that is plus 48n. Multiply it with 24p, it's plus 48p. And then the last one, multiply it with 4q. 2 fours are 8, so 8q. cube. So here, all these are unlike terms, so we cannot work on those. So this will be our answer. So you can rewrite your answer by putting only this minus 134 at the end, or you can leave it as it is. So this is the answer to question 7. We will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.